My boss, Daniel, leaned back in his plush office chair, that smug grin still etched on his face. Listen, Sarah, you're exceptional at your job. No one's questioning that. But Laura, she's got a knack for connecting with people. She brings a spark to the workplace. You're just too driven by outcomes. The phrase driven by outcomes rang in my ears as I sat there, my hands tightening around the chair's armrests. 5 years I'd poured into this company. 5 years of early mornings, late evenings, and weekends surrendered to work. I'd personally secured our largest accounts, optimized our processes, and boosted our team's productivity by 40%. Yet here I was, overlooked for a promotion because I was too focused on outcomes. My name is Sarah Lynn, and at 32, I'd learned the harsh truth that corporate success often hinges not on merit, but on mastering the art of office politics, knowing whose ego to flatter or whose coffee to grab. Laura excelled at that game. In just 2 years, she perfected the skill of claiming others' achievements while contributing little herself. I watched as Daniel rearranged some documents on his desk, likely expecting me to crumble or argue. I didn't. Instead, I reached into my bag and pulled out a crisp envelope. "I understand," I said, sliding it across his desk, "and I appreciate your honesty. Here's my resignation letter. My last day will be in 2 weeks." Daniel's confident smirk wavered. Clearly, this wasn't the response he'd anticipated. "Now, Sarah, let's not rush into things just because you missed out on the promotion," he stammered. "It's not rushed," I replied, my voice calm but resolute. "I've thought this through, and you're right. I am driven by outcomes. That's why I'm seeking opportunities where that trait is appreciated." What Daniel didn't know, what no one at the company knew, was that I hadn't spent the last 5 years solely on their projects. In my own time, I'd been crafting something groundbreaking, something that would expose Daniel's decision for the misstep it was. As I left his office, I felt my colleagues' eyes on me. Gossip spread quickly in our department, and Laura was likely already envisioning how she'd rearrange my workspace. I kept my composure as I returned to my desk, thinking of the second document tucked inside that resignation letter, the one that would make Daniel realize the magnitude of his error. The next 2 weeks unfolded as expected. Laura strutted around the office like she'd already claimed her throne, making a show of settling into her new role. She'd occasionally stop by my desk, her voice laced with crocodile tears. "Sarah, I hope you're not upset," she said one morning, leaning against my desk. "I know you really wanted this promotion." I glanced up from my computer, where I was carefully saving copies of my work files, not to take them as I had too much integrity for that, but to document everything I'd contributed. "No hard feelings, Laura," I said with a smile. "I'm sure you'll excel." She grinned, probably thinking I'd conceded defeat. She had no clue. For the past 3 years, I'd been quietly developing an innovative workflow platform. It began as a tool to manage my own tasks, but grew into something far more powerful. I'd tested it, refined it, and used it to deliver the very outcomes Daniel found so inconvenient. With my resignation, I'd included a detailed report outlining how my platform had saved the company significant time and money.
I can't tell you the full story in this short video. If you want to see the full story, the link is given below. Click on it to watch the full story.